saying welcome to the digital marketing webinar for higher education. Without further ado, let's go ahead and start with search engine optimization. So why is SEO important? Well, we know it's a very effective tactic. If you look at this study that was done in 2016, across any type of industry, we know that organic search and SEO is really, really effective at driving leads and driving potential students, whoever. But the problem becomes that it's also one of the most challenging tactics that you're going to be implementing. And so how do you know what's right, what's wrong? The tactics are always changing. And just last year, not only are tactics changing, but the problem is Google's always changing. So this is an example of a screenshot from last year before February 2016. It was about, maybe this was probably a January 2016 screenshot. And what you can see here is that the ads showed at the top and at the side. We were all used to that for many years. And the first organic result is the one that says cool tools for schools, presentation tools. You see one organic result. Now I purposely cut this screenshot off where I did to demonstrate where the scroll line would be. And so what would happen is if you did this search in January 2016, you would get maybe one organic result at on the page, and then you have to scroll to see the rest of them. And so this is what someone would see on their initial result of the search. But what's happened since then, in February 2016, Google actually redesigned the search results page. And this is an example of what you might see now, where all of the ads at the right are gone, and now you have ads at the top. And you have more ads at the top in a lot of cases, in this case 4 ads. And again, you can see where the scroll line would be. You basically get 0 organic results above the scroll line in many cases. Not in every case, but in many cases. And so it just means that we all have to really work even harder in SEO to get ranked and get as highly ranked as possible, because of the fact that, we might not get seen. People are going to have to scroll to even see our results. So how do we stand out? Well, there are 4 areas I want to touch on today. They include keywords, linking, site speed, and mobile. So let's talk about each of those in more depth. I always like to say that keywords are the foundation of SEO. And the way I think about it is this Google search box. What are the words people are going to put into that search box that you want to make sure your site comes up on in the search results? What are those words? So ultimately, it all comes down to keywords. You have to think about what words you want to rank for. With that being said, people often ask me, well, how often should I do keyword research on my site? I mean, maybe I did it once. Do I really need to do it again? And the answer is a big yes, because just recently, Google comes out every year with their annual data that they share about how Google works and all this great data about what happened with Google last year. And what they told us was that out of the trillions, and I mean trillions of searches, you can just imagine how many searches are done on Google every year. 15% of the searches last year, out of trillions of searches, they had never seen those keywords before. They had never seen those searches before. What that tells us is keywords are always evolving, and the way people search always evolves. So you can't just set it and forget it with keywords. You need to be revisiting them, not just because some of the searches are new every year, but also maybe your program changes. Maybe you're working with something that's an emerging technology degree. You really need to think about what those new keywords are. And to really back up what I'm telling you here about these keywords, I want to share with you a case study where we worked with American University. We've been doing SEO with them for many years, and we work with the Kogot School of Business. And what they wanted to do was expand the visibility for many of their MBA programs, their different certificates, and we revisited the keywords and applied new ones to some of their program pages. And what we saw year over year were major increases just by revisiting those keywords and putting them on the pages and making sure they were there. That was the number one thing we did. And you can see here all of these great improvements and increases in organic traffic because of the keyword change. If you would like to read that case study in more detail, the link is down below. And again, we'll be sending this out after the program, so you'll be able to read it in more detail. But just keywords can make a huge difference in how you're ranking, so don't ignore them. Don't forget about them.